What's up, guys? This is Optic Rambo, and today I come here with another Black Ops 2 video. Today what I'll be doing, instead of the previous video where I just shelled you guys information about what I knew about the game, what I did was simply ask you guys to ask me questions and do a Q&A about the game, since I might be shelling out information that you're already aware of, so questions is probably a better way to get some information out to you guys. So I got a list here about 10 questions, so I'll just get to it. The first question was by MLG Smiths. He asked me, are the subs and AR balanced, or will it be an AR dominant game again? I definitely don't think it's going to be like Black Ops 1 where it was like 4 FAMASas. There's no way in hell. There was at least 3 or 4 different ARs you could use. There was at least 2 or 3 different SMGs you can use. And as far as balance between the two, the SMGs are definitely weaker, but they're definitely viable in use because of the perks. There is the lightweight extreme conditioning combination again. It's nowhere near as potent as like the Modern Warfare 2 one, where you could literally speed across the map like you were Flash or something. But it's definitely viable to use for getting places faster. And as far as like the balance between the two in power, the ARs are definitely better. There is a close range. Obviously, close range SMGs should be better and hopefully will be better. But as far as the version we played, the ARs definitely seem better for slaying, most definitely. So let's move on. The second question was from iYouTube_. He asked, are jump stops as effective as in Black Ops 1? Everything for Black Ops 2 as far as movement is concerned and gameplay is pretty much similar to Black Ops 1. So there is still drop shotting. It's still viable to use, but it's definitely slower than the Modern Warfare 3 drop shot. The Treyarch engine definitely, the movement speed seems a bit slower, so like proning down isn't as fast, isn't as instant. Jump shotting is definitely still viable. I did it a few times, and jumping around corners is definitely still something that's very useful to surprise your opponents and make yourself a harder target to shoot at. So yeah, it definitely is as effective as in Black Ops 1 in my opinion. It's pretty much the same if it is. The next question is from AK Ambush. Do you think the laser sight is overpowered? The laser sight, first of all, for those who didn't know, is an attachment to submachine guns, and pretty much actually any gun. You can put it on any gun. It's pretty much the equivalent to steady aim. It is somewhat overpowered to the point where because in other games, in pretty much every other Call of Duty until now, steady aim was a perk you had to trade off for pretty much ninja or a perk you really needed. But at this point, it's an attachment on the gun, so you can pretty much just put it on freely without losing any of your important perks. So it is definitely a topic that's going to have to be discussed when the game comes out, as far as if it's viable for competitive play. Because I mean, if you did watch the stream, there was pretty much everyone that uses submachine guns except me, because I really didn't want to use it. It was pretty stupid, but was using like a rapid fire extended mags with a laser sight, which is like beyond ridiculous. It's like your spray and pray weapon of choice. But yeah, it's definitely going to be something to be interesting to talk about when the game comes out. There's a few attachments in general that seem a bit overpowered, but laser sight is definitely something that in my opinion right now on the beta we played was definitely an overpowered attachment. The next question comes from Embers. What game should we play to prepare for Black Ops 2? A lot of people have different opinions on this. I feel like Black Ops 1 is probably your best choice. As far as maybe not use the FAMAS though, because there will be like maybe just use like AK-47s or Galils or other weapons that aren't like really not a one weapon game. That's pretty much the point in preparing for a new game, is not setting yourself up to use the easy stuff. So if pretty much after our tournament at EGL8 it's pretty much where Modern Warfare 3 ends for us, I'll probably start playing Black Ops Customs and stuff, and pretty much play them the way Deserter rules were, where the FAMAS wasn't allowed, so it was kind of like AK-47, 74U, and submachine guns and such were used. So I do feel like Black Ops 2 looks like Black Ops 1, so if I had to choose a game, I'd definitely choose Black Ops 1 over like Modern Warfare 3 or any other Call of Duty game. Next question comes from Murder City Hero. What perks, setup, gun attachments that you've seen so far will probably be used in competitive play? I do feel like the M8 and M8 / Type 25, Type 25, which are both assault rifles, is going to be the gun of choices. As far as perks and attachments is concerned, I really feel like there's going to be a lot of diversity in that. I don't feel like people are going to be using the same stuff over and over again, because there's a lot of it that's personal choice. Like example where like if Merc and Big Timer used their stuff, they use a lot less perks, a lot less attachments on their weapons as I did. I really love buffing my gun up for attachments. and I kind of like the pick 10 system, which is the perk setup. I kind of like traded where I didn't use an SMG or I didn't use a secondary that much. I didn't use really stun grenades or frag grenades that much. I kind of like buffed up my gun and perks to where I had like 3 or 4 or 5 perks, and I had like a 3 attachments on my gun by using the wild card. So it's really gonna be up to people as far as what they're gonna use. I do feel like there's gonna be a lot of diversity, but I do feel like we're gonna be seeing the same weapons. Like it's pretty much normal to where there's always people that there's always weapons that are better than others. It's just the way it is. So I do feel like we're gonna see the same weapons a lot, like maybe like 4 or 5 weapons I think this game, so which is a pretty good diversity comparing to the previous Call of Duties we had since COD 4. The next question comes from Snake Who. Which do you like better for a potential third game type for competitive play, domination or hardpoint? I personally preferred hardpoint by a mile. Hardpoint is the king of the hill. I talked a bit about it in my last video. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely encourage you to watch it to know what hardpoint is if you don't know yet. But hardpoint is definitely the more viable. I feel like domination, the spawn system really screwed us to where they have to make it that way for public matches, which is pretty much the message I got from David when I asked. But the way it seems like is for domination, if you have 2 flags and you push for a 3 cap, they spawn at your own flag, and that pretty much kills it for competitive play, in my opinion. It kind of defeats the purpose of pushing for a full map control at 3 cap, since you're kind of giving up your map. You're giving up map control to get their flag, which is, I mean, it's pointless. Like, why would you push for 3 cap if you can just sit for 2, which is pretty much what you're going to get anyways if you push a 3 cap. So I don't know if there's going to be any other objective game types we didn't see. There very could possibly be. Maybe sabotage is back. Maybe it's the overtime rule is more viable than the previous Call of Duty games. It doesn't last forever, so who knows? But between the two, I definitely pick hardpoint. Next question comes from AOS_rage. How will league play work? League play will be pretty much like public matches. The 3 different parts would be: 1, you can't leave the game. If you leave the game, it gives you a loss, pretty much like in a public match. But like you can't. For example, you start with people you play with, and there's nobody else gonna switch. So I play with my team. I play against Envious. Let's say a player from Envious decides to leave mid game. It won't switch the player. They're gonna have 3 players. That's it. It's kind of like, it's almost like a GB match. That's pretty much what it is. Let's make it simple. It's a GB match. I get on the game. I decide to play league play. I get in with my 4 players. I'm ranked with I have the same ranking with my 4 players that I have. So let's say I play with my team and then I switch big time for another player. We'll have a different ranking with that team because it's not the same team we play with. So then we get into the league play. We play. It matches us against another team of 4, and then we play. And then whoever wins gets the points. Whoever loses doesn't get the points. It's a win loss. That's all it is. You don't get more points for going 30-0 or anything else. You just get points for winning or losing. So that's pretty much the basis of league play. Next question comes from Davy Jones. Do you like instant flag pull returns like Black Ops 1 or the way it is in Modern Warfare 3 better? I personally feel there should be an option about flag pulls or the flag timer per se of the action of it. That's actually something I'm probably going to tweet at David Vonner right after this video. I do feel like the Modern Warfare 3 version, or let's say the Infinity Ward version, because they've been doing it, the flag returns, it's never been instant, and Treyarch has been doing it instant since the very beginning, that they say. So I guess it's a bit different in company mindset, but in general, I do feel like the instant flag touch and return is kind of, I don't really like it. I feel like it kind of like adds this little randomness. These really clutch plays that you can make near a flag are kind of like just movement basis, to where you'll just jump on it and kind of hope they miss you. Instead of in the Modern Warfare 3 version, you really have to make sure that you don't really have anybody around that can shoot you, because if you get on the flag, it's not instant. You still need like a full second before it returns itself. So if an opponent is around, he's going to kill it before it returns it, which adds more action around the flag. So I feel like it gives more of an interesting feat to certain plays, certain situations of the game. It adds more thought process. So yeah, I definitely like the Modern Warfare 3 version better. Next question is Goal Hanger. Are all weapon perks and stuff unlocked in private matches? Yes. In league play as well, from what I know. If you get into league play, everything's unlocked. You don't need to be ranked 50 or rank 1 or whatever. It doesn't matter. Everything that you want to play with is unlocked to make it fair for everyone in league play. Obviously, if that wasn't the case, then people in league play wouldn't play league play until they have everything, because it would give an unfair advantage to the people that are that are higher levels. So from what I know, yes, I believe in private matches, everything's unlocked exactly like Modern Warfare 3, so that won't be a problem. And as far as LAN is concerned, for this wasn't a question, but just adding on to it, there is LAN lobbies this time. It's kind of like exactly like a private match. You don't need to actually start a game before you can join it. You can pick your team in the lobby on LAN, and everything's perfect for LAN. So we won't have any problems for running tournaments on this game. It's going to be perfect. Next question. P. Shay87 asked me, could you tell a big point streak difference between kills and actually people racking up objectives, like they say? So pretty much to sum up this question, it's a question about points, the score streaks. Do you get that much more of an advantage for getting objectives over kills? And yes. Example in hardpoint. If you capture a hardpoint, it is 150 points. One kill is worth 50 points. So it is. You get the equivalent of 3 kills for getting into an objective, for getting control of the objective, and then you get even more points for getting a kill inside the objective and such. So yes, the new kill streak, which is called Scorestreaks now, system is definitely more related to objective play. You get a lot more for objective play. So yes, it's definitely so. The second to last question comes from Toon VIP. Do you know if league matches will have kill streaks or not? Hoping they don't. From what I heard, there's going to be 2 league plays when the game drops. There's going to be a 6v6 public match style league play, and there's going to be a 4v4 competitive league play. The 6v6 obviously will have pretty much the exact same way as a public match would be, and I'm guessing the 4v4 is going to be competitive rules, whether they decide to include the score streaks or not. I don't think everyone's really been decided on that. I think the objective of this game is to make it as out of the box as possible competitive play, so it's easier for any type of viewer to watch. But I do feel like league play, if ever we decide to slim down our rules again, I'm pretty sure league play is going to be a really easier way for people to smooth into competitive play and get them into it. So it's definitely something to see when the game comes out, but from what I understood, there's going to be 2 different leagues, and the 2 different leagues might have different rules. And the last question would be Black Ops from Flores SVDV. Black Ops 2 has the potential to be the best COD game ever. Confirm or deny? Confirm. We definitely have the best, as far as competitive play is concerned, obviously. As far as like public match play, I think they've all been pretty good for the public players. Some of them have been more frustrating than others, but I think with the new score streak system, it's going to be, as for the public scene as well, it's going to be a lot better. So I do feel like Black Ops 2 is definitely a pioneer in competitive and public match play. The new features they have, like league play, the Pick 10 class system is completely new. Nothing has ever been seen like that in Call of Duty before. And there's a bunch of new features in the game, like the spectator mode and all that stuff, the streaming stuff. I definitely feel like they raised the bar for Black Ops 2, and I definitely feel like all the Call of Duty games that, if they come out with more Call of Duty games at this point, will have to match that bar, and it's going to be awesome. So the future is definitely looking bright, looking black per se for Call of Duty Black Ops. So this was it for this video, guys. If you have any more questions, just tweet at me, Optic Rambo Ray, sorry, all in one word. And just tweet at me saying hashtag Rambo Black Ops 2 and tweet at me a question, and I'll probably do more of these videos for Black Ops if you guys have any questions for that. I can go more in depth with anything else. You guys can also leave comments. I always answer the comments if you have any questions related to Black Ops 2 for now, for this video, obviously. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and have a good day, guys. Peace.